Hi, welcome. This is Chakra Sessions, and I'm your host, Polly Jo Labbé, here on Star Nations Radio Network, part of Be Live TV. So, hi guys, welcome to the show today. Today is all about your chakras and how to balance them. And it is kind of like a juggling act sometimes because we are going through a lot of emotional and spiritual as well as physical upheaval. And when we're going through things like that, it can create some disharmony, let me say, in our chakra system. And sometimes it just helps to be able to check in and see if we're in balance. We often have a sense that we aren't. So we do things like say, I'm out of balance, or I'm out of sync, or I feel out of whack. And that is what we're talking about in terms of our chakras. So, hi, Rob, always starting us off with What'd You Know, Polly Jo. Glad to see you're in the house. Hi, Stephanie, welcome. Good morning. Glad you could join us. So, we always give a little bit of time for everyone to catch up with us and get online. Hi, Neshi, glad to see you. Glad to see you're in the house as well. And so when we start these shows on Star Nations as part of the Be Live TV, the way for us to get, people to see and experience what we're teaching here, what we're helping with, what we're healing, is if you guys could like and share this post. And when you make comments and you like things, well, it shows up more in the Facebook news feed. And the more we're out there, the more people get to experience what we're doing here, which is, healing our little corner of the planet. And you get the opportunity to help heal yours too by sharing. So thanks, guys, for taking the time to do that as well. So chakra balancing is something that, it's really good self-care. It's something that can be done whenever you feel a little out of sorts. And, it's as simple as visualizing. So one of the things we're going to do is, I will take you through the meditation in a little while, and we'll do a clearing like we always do. And then we will do balancing. And when we do the balancing, we're going to use a visualization to help you sense your own chakras, and it will allow you to check in for yourself, how they feel and what's going on. And when we do that, then you'll have a sense of how to do that on your own if you don't already. I think of it as good energy hygiene. Because we, like I said, we get very out of sync because of things that are going on. Emotional things may be happening, or other people are in fear, anxiety, or worry around us, and then our own energy starts to feel a little weighted down. And when we get in those spaces, it can be really hard to function. And so learning how to bring your chakras into balance is a way for you to empower yourself in your own healing. It is one of the first ways that I began healing myself. I did do some EFT tapping, the emotional freedom technique, with my therapist at the time, which started energy moving for me. And as soon as I became really aware, I always knew about my energy system in a sort of broad sense, and I channeled dances and choreography mostly back in the day. But now the channeling has taken on a healing turn. And so knowing about your energy system and how to see if it's in balance is really important. We all have these chakras, and so it's important that they're all running fully and brightly. So one of the things I just wanted to say as part of that, as as we're checking out our energy system, don't be surprised if one of your chakras is a little wobbly, because you probably wouldn't be watching if they were all in great shape at all the same time. Because we all have areas of our life that could use a little support and some love. So this is how we check in and we do that. Good morning, Robin. Glad to see you. Nice to have you in the house. So just a kind of quick overview of the chakras. So if something comes up, you'll have a way for you to check back and look at what that could be. So your first chakra is normally red in color, and it symbolizes and gives energy to all things that are the foundation for your life. So that is, in this day and age, that is your financial standing, because if we don't have money, we can't have other things sometimes. It is about food, it is about shelter, and it is about family, our immediate support system. So if you have some primary relationships, they're going to be in the first chakra as well, especially if you are living together. If you're having any difficulty with your job, whether it's true or it's a possibility, like if your hours might get reduced, or if you might have to move, those are things that will cause your first chakra to get a little wobbly. With your second chakra, it is based around all of your feelings as well as all of your connections with other people. So this is where friends and family are located as well. But this is also our relationships with money, food, alcohol, our addictions, whether they're to substances or whether they're addictions to playing Candy Crush. Those are all located in this chakra as well. And the difficulty that happens in this first chakra is that we hold all of our abuse energy here, whether it was abuse that we received or gave, or it's also anything that may have happened to any of your parents. That will all impede the flow in your second chakra. In your third chakra, it's generally, and the second chakra is orange, in case I didn't say that, or generally is orange. The third chakra is generally yellow, and the yellow color is indicative of it's your personal sun. So it's where you shine your own light, your own sense of who you are. And this chakra can get blocked with fear and with anger in particular. Oh, nice. Yes, Rob says, Roy G. Biv. For those of you who remember that, it is perfect. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. We learned that in science generally, and that is true. So we're on the yellow right now. And so the yellow is, it holds our sense of self. So our self-esteem, our self-worth are all located in there. And it gets revved up by stress, by anxiety, by old anger, judgment, resentment, you name it. And so that can really sort of get congested in there. It's also a place where many people who are empathic receive most of their information. So many empaths, not all, that is the first place where they feel the energy in their body. So we can get a little wobbly in there. And then we move up to the heart, which is generally green, though sometimes you will see it more of a fuchsia pink color, depending on whether you are tuned into your heart for this part of your life, or if you're tapped into your spiritual heart, which has a slightly higher location. It'll be one of those two colors. And this holds all of our grief and our disappointment and our sadness when it's in the negative. It holds all of our love and how we express it in the world and with others. And it's also how connected we are to our sense of the universe and the planet. So that can all be part of that fourth chakra. It is also how we give and we receive in our relationships. And so if we give more than we receive, we will have wobbling or congestion in the back, because we often will have back pain is usually when more energy is going out than coming in. And we are meant to be in balance in that as well. When we move into the throat chakra, this is when I start to see the colors vary quite a bit depending on who you are, what your life purpose is, and kind of who you are meant to be as you express yourself. So I see the throat chakra as many different shades of blue. And the blues can be all the way from light to really royal blue. And so whatever blue is yours, that's what you are sort of looking to experience. Your favorite color blue is probably yours. So that is all about your throat. It's all about how you express who you are, not just through words, but through actions. And it's how we launch our creativity. And because we use our voice, often not always in the light, we say negative things, or we get angry, because we're human. Sometimes we close up that throat chakra. That's when we have some congestion in the back of the neck, and that causes the throat to get kind of wobbly. And that we often have to bite our tongue with certain people, and that's closing the throat chakra down a little bit as well. When you move up into the third eye, to the middle of the forehead, it's generally some shade of purple. People will say indigo, because it can be kind of indigo, but I have seen the third eye look like anything from like navy blue all the way to lilac. So again, it feels very much aligned with your personal mission and how you are meant to use your intuitive gifts and your psychic abilities. There's no better or worse. You just have a certain color that works for you. And so I tell people often to tap into their shade of purple, because purple tends to be the closest to their third eye color. This one controls your intuitive gifts and how your intuition works as a team with your five senses. And when we aren't in sync with our intuition, then our ego takes over, our survival body takes over, and then it gets us swirling in our brain, which can make it hard to sleep, hard to think, gives us headaches, because we're really out of sync with our divine sense, our higher self. So Stephanie asked a really great question. So Stephanie said, what color tends to show up when you are seeking silence to re-enter your voice? So often that will be so I'm hearing two different things. It's depending on whether you're trying to silence somebody else's voice, because that will never be in your full power, because you want to be as much as you want to express, you need to allow others to be able to express, because it is an even exchange. So if you just want silence in terms of silencing the negative self-talk, so that you can hear your true voice, that tends to flow in the purpley blue family. And I think the question that you're asking me is has to do more with like your own personal voice, what what color you should tap into for your personal voice. And I'm getting a very soft kind of royal blue. So instead of in the vibrant in your face kind of royal blue, it's like a slightly, add white to that color a little bit. And that's what I'm seeing for you, if that was the question. Hi, Cindy Lynn. Glad to see you're in the house again. Nice. Nice. Had my first in-person chakra session the other day, and I saw several different color spirals move around and had several stones slide and fly off me across the room. Oh, so you were having a chakra stone session healing. Yes, they can slide around. I was doing a healing earlier today, and I had a book fall and like send some stones kind of sliding off. And so we kind of picked them up and asked where they wanted to be on her body. And we put them in those places. And then I looked up all the properties, and it was spot on with what we were doing. So yes, that can totally happen. So after you're in the third eye, hi Karen, nice to see you, which can be in that purple shade, you move up to the crown. Now, the crown I've seen on people anywhere from sort of a lavender color to white to gold, golden white. 90% of the time I actually see the golden white. So that's often what my channel will say in terms of speaking to you about it. So I go a little bit off the Roy G. Biv if you're using what Rob was suggesting earlier, because I do see more purple in the third eye than the indigo color. And so as we're doing the chakra balancing for ourselves, you're going to be focused on your version of that color and try not to be in the space of there's a right or a wrong version, because there isn't. We each are a different color. I mean, there are times, when I've been doing a lot of channeling work where my colors are very white. My chakra colors will be very white versions of the chakras. So it's like you'll see only a tiny bit of red or a tiny bit of yellow. And it's because I've been channeling for so long that, it's taking a while for my chakras sort of reintegrate into the solid color state. So those are sort of the ways to check in. When you are disconnected from your crown chakra, that's usually when you don't understand what you're doing here on this planet. You may be angry with God for circumstances or for something that has happened, or the divine, or however you refer to that. And you also may not believe or trust that the divine really has your back and that it will really be there to lovingly support you through what you're going through. Because when we have doubt or distrust, we can kind of close that crown chakra a little bit. And all of the chakras can be gently opened. They're never permanently shut. Sometimes they need some repair work because they've done the open close so many times or had so much trauma in that particular area that they actually need some support. And that's not a bad thing. It can be completely done by someone who knows how to do chakra repair work. Psychic, what's the best word for that? Psychic surgery. There are not that many necessarily who are able to do that, but that is something that, if you need help with that, just let me know, because I'd be happy to help you with that. So let's get ourselves started and let's do a clearing, and let's go through what a chakra balancing can feel like and how you can experience it. And remember that I am just the conduit. I am here to help you experience your own energy. So I'm not in meddling around with you or what's going on. I am simply clearing the energy for the entire group. And really have no idea where it's coming from, except that it's somewhere in our group. And as we do that, I'm going to make some clearing noises. They often sound like burps or squawks. You also might hear a gentleman, native sounding, who will speak through me sometimes. He's been very vocal lately in helping with the clearing. And it's an ancient language that some of you know from a past life. So if you find yourself nodding to what he's saying, well, it's because you're understanding it. And it's speaking directly to your soul, so your soul knows what to do. All right. So we're going to start by getting comfy. We want our arms and our legs uncrossed so that we don't short circuit any of our energy system.
Yeah.
And we're going to begin by calling in the divine energy, however we perceive that, whether it is God or Goddess, oneness, the divine or great creator. And we're going to ask the divine energy to surround and protect us in a bubble of infinite love and infinite light. Remembering that the bubble surrounds us above us, below us, in front of us, behind us, and on either side of us.
Yeah.
And you may also want a bubble to surround the room or the environment or the place that you are, just so you can feel extra safe and secure in this moment of now.
Yeah.
When we set the intention that this healing is for the good of all and harm to none, including ourselves.
Yeah.
And I invite you to call in your spiritual team, your entire spiritual team, your angels, your guides, your animal totems, your mystical creatures, your master teachers and star beings, whoever you connect to on the highest, brightest, and fullest vibration and frequency that you are able to in this moment of now.
Yeah.
And we begin to invite in the divine energy at the crown, at the top of our head, to just begin gently cleansing and removing any energy that we may hold on to that is blocking our intuition, that is blocking our ability to connect with our spiritual team.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're releasing any distracted thoughts, ideas, beliefs, or patterns, any worry or anxiety that we may be experiencing.
Yeah.
Just really allowing that to calm and re-enter this moment of now.
Yeah.
And opening our ears and all of the ways that we hear and communicate with our spiritual team and with others, so that we not only hear, but we are heard in what we are asking and receiving.
Yeah.
Releasing any energy in the back of our neck, any stress, any tightness that we've held onto. Opening up our true voice, our integrity,
Yeah.
and giving it room to speak and be expressed in all the different ways that we are able.
Yeah.
Releasing all the burdens and the responsibilities that we may have been carrying on our shoulders for ourselves and for others. Allowing that to just release for this moment. We can pick them back up when we are done, but this moment in time is for our own health and healing,
Yeah.
so that we have the ability to help others when they are in need.
Yeah.
Releasing the energy in our chest, in our lungs, in our heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any ways that we've held on to our breath. Giving space for our lungs to breathe in life fully.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that we may live our life fully in all ways and always.
Yeah.
Allowing the heart to gently release any grief or sadness, disappointment.
Uh,
That we've held on to there.
yeah.
Releasing any energy that is blocking our inner child from living fully, playing fully, reminding us the joy and wonder that life is and can be.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And releasing any energy that is squeezing our inner adult, causing stress, anxiety, worry, panic, fear, anger,
Yeah.
resentment.
Yeah.
And giving the adult room to breathe and
Yeah. Yeah.
reminding ourselves how to be and not just do.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And releasing the energy around our inner warrior, that part of us that is meant to take action,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
releasing any hypervigilance that we've held onto.
Yeah. Yeah.
that we don't need in this exact moment of now.
Yeah. Yeah. Sky.
And moving up to the inner sage and really releasing anything that is blocking you from connecting to your own wisdom, the wisdom that you have carried with you through all your lifetimes, that the sage reminds you how to access, that inner knowing, making room for that to be heard. And brought into more equal communication with you.
Yeah.
And then releasing any energy that you're holding onto in your belly around fear and anger. Again, any stress, anxiety, worry, doubt, overwhelm, and any old judgment and resentment, any righteous anger that you may be holding on to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any energy that is squeezing your self-esteem, your self-worth, or your self-confidence.
Yeah.
And really opening up your fire element so that you are able to burn brightly, accessing that flame of desire that helps you do and be what you are meant to. And releasing any energy that is squeezing your relationships with others. Things that are not equal in the giving and receiving. Things that are out of balance. Any ways that you've shut down your emotions, uncomfortable or unwilling to feel all of your feelings fully.
Yeah.
Releasing any toxic relationship energy that is abusive or was abusive. Any addictions with alcohol, cigarettes, drugs, gambling, spending, eating.
Yeah.
Even addictions to love or needing to be loved.
Yeah. Yeah.
And releasing the energy that may have caused you to feel not safe or secure or stable at some point in your life.
I, yeah, yeah,
Any insecurities, instabilities in your home, in your job, in your family life.
I, yeah,
In any ways that you've disconnected from the earth energy, feeling grounded, feeling connected, feeling part of the earth plane in this physical body. Really reconnecting your roots as deep and as fully as they are able to go.
yeah,
Imagining going miles and miles into the earth, anchored all the way at the molten lava center of the earth mother's heartbeat.
right, I, yeah,
Connecting you back to that original creation energy.
yeah,
And now we're going to focus on our first chakra, located near your tailbone, usually. And just tap into the red color that you may see or you may feel there. Feel whether your chakra is a sphere, and how bright of a red can you imagine it being?
yeah, yeah,
And sort of envisioning it becoming a larger, fuller sphere, an orb. And then moving up to your second chakra just below the navel. Again, tapping into that second chakra and sensing the shape and the color. What color is your orange? And how bright can you make it? How full can your orb be?
I, oh, it's got a lot.
Now your first and second chakra spinning gently in any direction that they want to. But are they just gently spinning?
I, I,
And then moving up to your third chakra, right below your rib cage in the solar plexus. Noticing the shape and the color of the yellow.
it's got,
And just imagine it, it filling and brightening and expanding into a beautiful orb, gently spinning.
Joy. Your sky. The
And moving up into your heart in the middle of your chest, feeling the shape and the size, and the color. Whether you sense the green or the pink or a combination, it's all perfectly fine.
the
And can you feel the orb? And just gently breathe more love, more light
the the the
into this space in this moment.
the the Joy. The
And moving up into the throat, sensing the shape, the size, and the color of your blue, or any other color you may perceive.
the
And just asking the energy to fill,
the 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 the
and allowing your throat chakra to become as bright and as full and as round as you can imagine.
Joy. The Your sky.
And then moving into the third eye, sensing the shape and the color, anywhere from the indigo through the purples, whatever you may sense, and allowing it to fill, returning it to its shape of a sphere or an orb,
The
and gently spinning.
Your hyena. Go sky. The
By moving to the crown above the head, just feeling the shape there, sensing it, whether it's white or gold or lavender, or the color you embrace, allowing it to fill fully and spin gently, maybe even stretching it to grow a little bit larger so that you can have a fuller connection to the divine.
Joy.
Now checking for a moment how your chakras are radiating outward. Do you sense the color beams going forward? That giant traffic light, the red, the orange, the yellow, the green, the blue, the purple, the white. Do you feel the beams going out your back as well? The red, the orange, the yellow, the green, the blue, the purple, the white. And are they going out sideways as well? The red, the orange, the yellow, the green, the blue, the purple, the white. Through all the layers of your aura.
Yeah.
Now just asking your Hara line, which is the tube, often seen as a crystalline tube that connects all the way up to the divine and all the way down through the earth. And just gently asking that Hara line tube be gently stretched and expanded to hold even more energy, more space for your chakras to stretch and grow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And noticing if there are any places where it feels bent or twisted.
Yeah.
Now sending any extra energy that you do not need down into the ground, into the earth, to be composted and used to create fresh water, fresh air, fresh food for all of us here on the earth plane.
Yeah.
And gently begin to bring yourself back into this moment. Notice the weight of your body in your chair, on the ground. Feel the muscles, the bones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Notice the sounds around you and the feeling of your clothing on your body.
Yeah. Yeah.
And take a couple of deep breaths and blow out anything that you do not need. And when you are ready, return.
Yeah.
So Karen was clearing along with me. Thank you, Karen. And Rochelle, no worries. We all get excited for the cards to be drawn, but I will draw them tomorrow. No worries. Okay. So Rob was like, wow. Yes. This can be a wow. So this is a meditation to go back to multiple times. I actually have it as a recording, and it's time for me to make those CDs again and to find out how to put it on the website as a download, because it's something that you could listen to over and over again. But until then, remember, you can always watch the recording and check it out on our YouTube channel after we're done. Neshi loads it lovingly onto YouTube, and so you can just put in chakra balance and boom, it's going to show up. Oh, thank you, Neshi. She said that was intense, powerful clearing. Thank you. Yes, it was. There was a lot going on there. But that that often is the case, right? Because we live in a ever-changing environment. And with environmental stressors, some chakras have to work a little too hard, or some have to, you know, they shut down from overuse. They're kind of like our car, right? It doesn't run very well when we don't change the oil and put new fluids in it. So it starts to chug and make noise. And the same thing happens to our energy system. Oh, you are so welcome, Stephanie. You are very, very welcome. So this is all, something that you can do on your own. I just guide the meditation initially until you remember how to do this for yourself. I'm trying to remember when I first started, when I did the first recording of the grounding. I would say it's probably about 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. And the grounding and the clearing for the chakras works on anybody who's listening. And they don't even have to be consciously listening. So I had people who were like doing their dishes or doing their laundry and had it playing in the background, and it was working. It was also working on their pets. And even though they have a different, a slightly different layout for their chakras, they still have them and they still are getting balanced. So many people, have seen it calm their dog or their cat, and they kind of get into a blissed out state as well. This is something that, you could use with somebody who is, in a hospital. You could have it on very low vibration, and, so they're not necessarily having to check into the words and be active, but it can just be doing the healing, and allowing their body to do it. Remember how to do it on their own. So this is, yes, a very powerful healing. It's a healing that, you probably could do this one alone and make a huge impact, because I know it certainly has worked well for me. And that's basically what I do with people when I'm doing hands-on healing, right? I am clearing and I am balancing as we go. And just having your chakras balanced for a few moments can actually start to shift what's going on in your life. So that's what's going on. So I found it really interesting that as soon as we were getting to the end of the meditation, it started to rain here. It's been raining off and on, but the sun is like super bright now again. So we had bright sun, and then we had rain to cleanse and clear, and then the sun is back out again, shining. So check in with your energy system and notice maybe which chakras we're having difficulty, because we always usually have a few that are ones that have a hard time. Generally, it's in the lower 3 chakras. That's not always true. Some people have trouble with their heart or their throat or their third eye. Generally, if you're listening to this, your crown is not the one that you have the most difficulty with, but it could be, but the other ones tend to be because there are survival chakras, and, being here, there's a lot of things that we have to deal with, and that will cause things to kind of have difficulty. So, one of the reminders, that my spiritual team is, sort of yapping in my ear at the moment is, remember that everybody's chakras are different. They're as unique as you are. We all have hands, right? But our hands all look different. And we all have arms and we all have legs, but they're each different because they hold a different person, and they're a different, part of a different spiritual temple. So your chakras are specific to you, and they're meant to be the way that they are. And so you may have some that are larger and some that are smaller, and that's because of what you are meant to do here. Doesn't mean something's broken. And then you have some chakras that it's really hard to fill them. And when you have a really hard time imagining the color, feeling it, sensing it, it may be shut. And then, you might need a healing from someone to get it to open back up. You know, I do chakra repair work through psychic surgery because sometimes, people have tears and holes in their chakras because their consistency is very similar to a water balloon. So if you've had tons of life stresses over the years, it's kind of like an elephant jumping up and down on that water balloon. Well, of course it's leaking and it can't hold water anymore. So sometimes you need a little help learning how to do that and getting it to kind of come back together. And it doesn't mean that you get a brand new chakra and, everything's good and all of the old wounds are forgotten. They're still there. It's just that you got a new engine that helps you learn how to take care of it. So, Rob says, just remembering what health feels like can create a shift. Yeah, because we forget when we're in our pain, we can't remember when we felt good. And when we're in that place, you lose hope, which closes down our crown chakra. And when we lose our hope, then everything starts to get difficult. Yes, and at least a desire for one. Yes. So Neshi's sharing my website. This is trinityhealingsanctuaries.com. There is an oil for this. So the blend for this that I sell is called, it's the Chakra Balance Blend. I know with my light you can't read the label, but it's this cute little oil, and that will help you. That will help you bring your chakras back into balance. And somebody said to me actually this weekend, because we did a big healing expo in Maine, and when we were there, somebody asked me, well, can I just use the chakra balance blend and will that, make it all go away? It's not going to take your trauma away, but it's going to remind your energy body how to keep your chakras balanced. And the oils are training your energy system to remember what they already knew. It's kind of like having physical therapy, like when your muscle has atrophied because you haven't used it, you have the physical therapy to train your muscle how to work properly again. That's what the oils are for. So there is one called Chakra Balance. There also is an individual oil for each chakra, which can be really helpful if you have one or two that are just problematic. You can use those to lovingly support the chakra and teach them how to hold the energy properly. And we even have a kit that has all 7 chakras in it, which is, has been a great gift. Like you can just use whichever one you need to whenever you are in need. So for those of you who know, obviously check us out on the Star Nations magazine, because I have lots of articles about chakras and what to do. You are welcome, Rob. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. So you can join me tomorrow night at 7 p.m. here on Star Nations, and I will be doing the Soul Connection, where I do more healing, but I also channel messages through some cards. So I pull cards for people, and generally we go till 8 or 8:30, depending on how many people are in need of some guidance and some messages. And with that, I am going to say good afternoon. But on top of that, I just wanted to say if you are here in Western Massachusetts, come visit us. Friday, we are having a full moon healer share and meditation. We're going to tap into all that energy in the full moon. And then on Saturday and Sunday, we will be up in Cummington, Massachusetts at the Massachusetts Renaissance Fair. So have a great day, guys. Bye. Yes.